Well, you gonna put your t-shirt over your head during this, or?
Do I look like the type that would? Don't surprise me with anything.
Oh, God, it's just unbelievable.
I just know that we'll get through them really fast then.
Thank God she was only third place.
Yeah.
Are we ready to start then?
Mhm.
All right. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda.
Second that.
Motion from Jensel and the second from Smith to approve minutes and agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Early for the second one. We can do a discussion of possible action regarding COVID-19 policies.
Good morning.
Morning,
All right.
Julie.
I have nothing new from last week. It's still the same.
All right.
We are working on policies for that we can use those buy next cards for rapid testing for our employees. So we're having a training this afternoon with our nurses. So we have to do all that stuff before I can get all those policies implemented.
Does it cost for those classes or those trainings?
No.
No.
Nope.
That'll be good when you're able to do your own
Yeah.
testing.
We're actually hoping to have everything implemented, Susan, by the next Board of Health meeting, so we'll know more by then.
Great.
So
at that point, then would you only be testing within, or would you be testing other people?
we would be testing out probably our employees because we have to have a test. We have to have a negative test,
Right.
even if we're vaccinated. Yep.
So he's asking if you're going to be able to do that for the public at all, I think.
I don't know. We haven't even thought about that yet. I don't think. And that might be something we bring up in our meeting today at 1.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Not that, and this is just a rapid test, by the way, that we're working with right now,
I can't
if that
remember.
makes sense.
I was gonna ask this last week, but does the rapid test, is it more expensive than the long-term test?
Right now, we're getting these cards free.
Mm.
How are they administered?
What do you mean, like?
Is it a swab?
Oh, yeah, yep, it's a swab. Yep, nasal swab. Sorry. I wasn't sure what you were asking.
There's a spit test and there's a,
Yep, nope, it's a nasal.
all right.
And to me, it seems like the rapid test would be actually less expensive in a sense, because,
Less hands that goes through.
yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, not that. No, we're just having, there's a lot of stuff coming down that will affect us too on how we operate. So we're just trying to get all that compiled. Remember last week I told you that could change?
Yeah.
That's what's going on now. Things are changing, so trying to keep that all straight.
Okay.
So once I have more definite, I'll say, because I know for sure they're getting away with no more telehealth visits. You have to be face to face. So I just think things are coming down the pike. We're just trying to get all the ducks in a row. So I have a good presentation for you guys and the Board of Health.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll move on then. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
Yep, thanks.
9:05, public hearing for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021. I will make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second that.
On a motion from Derby and a second from Smith to open the public hearing for the budget amendment for fiscal year 2021. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Has there been any submitted comments on the budget amendment?
No, there's not.
Can't throw them, you'll hit them.
Yeah, no, yeah, you've taken it out of toss range.
Does anyone care if I turn this down?
Well, there are no further comments from the public.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021.
I'll second that.
A motion from Jensel and a second from Smith to close the public hearing for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Consider for approval resolutions for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve a resolution for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021.
I'll second that.
Motion from Jensvold and a second from Smith to approve the resolutions for budget amendment for fiscal year 2021. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
so,
It will kill me.
okay, I'll quit. I'll take the bullet for you then, I'll eat another one.
Trying to see.
It's my birthday today, so.
Oh, okay.
We got about 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Beth is here. Can I do some open forum?
How much rain did you guys get going that direction?
I would say it was an inch, maybe an inch the first time. I would guess probably almost a couple inches by now.
Thompson, we had right at an inch
Okay,
for everything.
for everybody.
My 2 rain gauges said 2 inches at my place, but my digital one said 1 inch.
Oh,
So I don't know who to believe.
we had an inch and 3/10 just south of Lake Mills. And then just a couple other sprinkles, but boy, that was good timing.
Yeah, it's grown a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We had a fair amount of rain again last night.
Oh, you did?
A little bit.
Ours was probably just a 10th last night.
Yeah, not even a 10th here. 600s.
Mhm.
Auditors transfers. Did you look at all the winter management updates that are in the office?
No,
Most of them are in your district. The ones we set the public hearing for last week.
okay, and where are they at?
In my office.
In your office?
Yeah.
Okay,
I looked at them. They're all an increase from 1,992 to 1,999.
oh, that's it?
That's it. A lot of paperwork for that.
What, okay.
Now, that would be all of this.
Yeah, so do they? So why did the, I'm trying to understand the process on this, because they were,
The animal units used to be 1992, now they're 1999.6.
and how did that change though?
That's a good question.
Because somebody else bought them, and so they increased the animal units.
So they're not physically doing anything, they're just changing
Okay,
capacity.
This has to be received, right?
so in this new people's operation, they just run more per pen or something?
As far as, I don't know that answer.
It's not a huge number.
No, it's not at all, it just is.
All I saw was the animal units, I don't know if the maximum total swine changed.
It'll be a good question for them during the public hearing.
Okay, Yeah, for sure.
I know the email said something about, what was it, Site 12 or whatever, said it didn't require a site visit for what.
For what they were doing.
Yeah. I don't know what the rest of them, I had never heard of that gal that was put a chart.
But this Cindy Garza is the one who always has done all of them though, right?
Not that I've had. I've never had her.
Okay,
That's the
She
one
does
that-
the office work.
okay, because I've seen her name on stuff before, okay.
I had a Bratcher when I did it last time.
It seems like the one time I had Cindy
Mhm.
or something. Well, either that or I talked to her on the phone. I've got her phone number.
Might be on the phone. I've
I
got her
got her
card up here.
phone number in my phone, I guess.
Yeah. Beth is late. Consider for approval of fireworks, transfers.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor's transfers.
I'll second that motion.
Motion from Jensvold and a second from Smith to approve the auditor's transfers.
Sign those too, please. Where's the fireworks permit?
Is this a usual number for transfer from lost to roads?
What's the amount?
Well, one was 124,476, the other one was 373,429.
I'll have to take a look and let you know.
Seems like that was higher than normal. Maybe Amazon's doing us some good.
What is the waste one?
Solid waste is that we get
Recycling.
paid
Oh,
for
yeah.
the tonnage fees that go into the landfill.
Tipping fee, free truck.
I wonder if that was it.
This has me as chairman,
What does?
the contract.
Hmm,
Is that gonna be a problem, or should I just scratch it out?
just leave it and I'll tell Kelsey to change it. Or just give it back.
So that was 50, 43, it's 115. In the past, we were only seeing 60. It's almost double. Which is good. It just makes up for the, what, 1 or 2 years we didn't have any? Because they would negotiate on a contract. On the motion to approve the auditor's transfers, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion carries.
That is late.
And the only theory is I'd much rather have you waiting for me than me waiting for you, right?
All right. Consider for approval fireworks permit for Kirby Route.
Nobody's heard any issues why it shouldn't be passed, I guess. Do we all three have to sign it here?
Mm-hmm,
Does that be stamped approved also?
mm-hmm.
Let's see, where's that?
16,590, 350th Street, Forest City, Iowa. That would be
350th.
Or 50th, it'd be another mile south of the Mill Road.
What was the address though?
16,590. So,
Just outside of town here then.
yeah, so is it mine?
I think so.
All right. Well, I'll make a motion to approve the fireworks permit for, what is the name, Rouk, isn't it?
Kirby.
Kirby Rouk. I couldn't quite read it on that thing.
I'll second it. A motion from Jensvold and a second from Derby to approve the fireworks permit for Kirby Route. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. We have resolutions for 2022. Yes.
This is my first fireworks, you know.
I feel better about doing this after the rain.
Yeah, yeah, for
Before
sure.
that, I would have been questioning.
Yep. Did you hear there was a building that burnt down over by Lake Mills on the blacktop going south of town past out to Ron's LP? There's a
Oh,
acreage, Sternberg acreage on the east side of the road, that little barn behind their house, all the way gone.
okay. Okay, did you have those resolutions? Got them? Thanks, Scott.
Morning. Morning.
Morning, Don. Is that it for the resolutions then? Bill, do you have another one there? Or?
No, that was it.
Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolutions for fiscal year 2022 as presented.
I'll second that.
A motion from Jensvold and a second from Smith to approve the resolutions for fiscal year 2022. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. Scott, what do you have for roads?
I don't have anything specific today.
There's plywood underneath all the tires on the blacktop between Leland and Winnebago Church, yeah?
Yeah. Hopefully that'll help.
Is that standard procedure of how to do that
I
then?
didn't see, what was that now?
I remember they put, tire imprints in the blacktop.
Oh,
Now they have pieces
Oh,
of
now they're-
plywood underneath all the
That
tires.
should be enough to spread it out, cause it's just the sharp edges of the tires, it's all in one little spot, that's the way it should be.
I know I'll think of it every time I drive on that road now.
Yeah, won't we all?
Mhm.
I'm still looking for the right solution to fix those problems. Hopefully we found the right solution to prevent any more.
How many miles is it? I mean, do you know how long the,
It's about 1.5 miles from the first ones to the last ones, as far as I could tell. It's kind of isolated to the locations where they did the boring ins and outs, you know, where the machine sat. So it's not continuous, but it is frequent. So they've been notified that this issue will be remedied by them, and I'll be looking for the right fix to get the repair completed, and then, you know, we'll get an estimate, of course, and kind of work on it.
Did they seem accepting to,
I have not had any response from Alliant or any response electronically. Their people on site have been
apologetic?
receptive to
blame.
keeping any more damage from happening. I wouldn't say they've been receptive to blame entirely, so.
So what do they think caused it?
I haven't dealt with them directly.
It's pretty black and white as far as I'm concerned.
It sounds like they feel like there's a problem with the road, which is irrelevant, so.
Well, it's new there, right?
A year old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the newer asphalt I think it has more susceptibility to that.
The way I've left it with my staff is it doesn't really matter what they say on site. We'll just have to work with the management from Michaels and Alliant and get it straightened out. So that's the long and short of it, so that's what we'll do.
Okay.
At this point, I don't have the answer on what the fix is yet, but we'll keep working on it.
the coating that you put on the blacktop between Winnebago Church and looks good to somebody like me who has no clue, but it looks good.
And it going over with a second layer of oil, it really minimizes, there were some people worried about rock chips, but
Mm-hmm.
I've driven out it a couple times there south Buffalo Center, and I can't say I ever heard a rock come up, so it's,
I'm happy with it. I'm glad you guys are too.
Well, so far, I mean, it sure looks good, and when you drive it, it looks good, so.
Okay, anything else for roads? And then we'll move quickly on to consider for approval 2022 county 5-year program resolution. One.
major change was just the A42 bridge.
The only change, yep.
Okay.
I remember last time we did this season, you asked, what are the situations that could arise where we'd have to do a revision? Well, between the time when we prepared the program and now, we received a bridge report. It's just the timing didn't match up perfectly, so this bridge that we're advancing to next year was 2 years from now, planned. So we're moving it up to as quick as we can get it replaced. Right now, the very fastest we could get letting would be November 16th. And that most likely would be either December 21st or January 19th, more than likely. Depends on a few factors.
Just need to be stamped approved then, or?
There's a signature block
See,
on
there's a
the
signature
back.
block, so-
They're duplicate copies, one for me and one for Carla.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the 2022 County 5-Year Program Resolution number 1.
I'll second that.
And a motion from Jensvold and a second from Smith to approve the 2022 5-year program, Resolution 1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Who signs that, just you?
Aye. All right, we've got a 9:30 final hearing for DD 11 main tile. I'll make a motion to, oh, we call this a public hearing, don't we?
I
You can have that
would have
copy.
thought of
I
it.
will take that copy. Sorry.
Chris, is this a public hearing that we're opening? Okay. I'll make a motion to open the final public hearing for DD 11 main tile.
I'll second it. Oh. It's a tie, we both get it.
Tie.
I don't know how to call that one.
Give it to,
Give it to you, Bill.
All right. On a motion from Derby and a second from Smith to open the final public hearing for DD 11 main tile. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Are you good for the hearing? Are you good for the public hearing for the drainage? Okay. You could. Maybe just sign that for me, please. Go ahead.
You're all aware the project on DD 11 has been finished. The final pay estimate has been submitted. This is the date and time set for the hearing on the completion of the work. The only thing owed the contractor right now is the liquidated damage, the retainage. That's $104,351. This cannot be paid by law until after this hearing. The intent of the hearing is to see if there's any issues that we don't know about on the job. We have at least one landowner here. But we are recommending payment of the final pay estimate. And then we have the as-built. Every tile they found hooked up, where it was converted to ditch, it's all noted on here. We have the latitude and longitude of each tile connection or each pipe that was connected. We can drop off other copies of this if you'd like. This is Chris's to have.
And I think you sent it electronically to me,
Yes.
somebody at their work did, so I can forward you that too, and then you can have it electronically.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good point.
Yeah. Yep.
So, that's it in a nutshell. The general opinion we've heard from everyone is the contractor did a good job. And we're not surprised. We're always very pleased when he gets any of our work. Very conscientious, doesn't gouge on change orders, just really good to work with, and typically has a very good relationship with the landowners in the area by the time he's done. So,
And would you say his company name?
B&B, is it farm drainage? I can't
Mhm,
remember.
B&B
B&B Farm Drainage,
Out of,
Wallingford, between Gretcher and Estersville. My address happens to be Wallingford.
yeah,
Um,
I had at least 3 people that said the same thing to me, landowners.
Good, good.
What did you
about
think?
him.
What did you think? Did they do a good job out there?
Well, I didn't go through my land,
Oh,
I
okay.
just hooked up in the district.
Okay, so you didn't see anything that they had done out there?
No, they're very good. I didn't really know Jeremy before this very well. His grandmother is next door, lives next door to us. And just, we've heard nothing but good reports about him. So.
It's kind of surprising you're here on time. You didn't get caught rush hour in Wallingford.
Which, I did hit a detour though in Cassuth County, and I wasn't sure how far out of the way I was gonna have to go, but, yeah,
He said the final payment was 104.
yes.
I don't have that.
Oh. You don't have that?
I have 116.
Was there other things involved?
Oh, we'll have to see what's going on with that.
No, 'cause I have this.
I like the 104 better.
Did it accidentally include the crop damage?
No.
No, 'cause this is just the contractor payment.
Oh, we didn't get this to you. This was reduced because of the road crossings.
Oh,
And
okay,
the road crossings were still in yours.
so my final
Okay,
payment
so
today is gonna
give
be
me that
lower.
number again then.
104, 351.58.
Okay.
Yeah, we had filed this already earlier with the road costs in it, and then took those out. Contractor billed separately for those.
Gotcha,
Sorry,
okay.
I didn't get that
No
to you.
worries, because I kept thinking,
All right.
104, that doesn't sound right.
As long as it goes down, we're okay.
Right?
So,
And then I had a question on crop damages. Roger Wilson's,
Yep, I got him.
I saw that, but I was trying to figure, was that damage? Did we get into his property? He was in the south end. of-
Could have been last year too.
yeah, would have been last year, I would say.
Yeah, because we didn't pay till it was over in case somebody got 2 years worth.
But he was at the very end of it.
And we went into that, I'm
Did
sure.
you?
Yeah,
Fall?
yeah.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been a lot of area, I don't
I was
believe.
thinking we hadn't even crossed the road by winter. That last mile, we hadn't even crossed. It, at the end of fall, it seemed like we weren't even into that last mile.
You're probably right, I just don't remember.
Was there any issue with it planning at this
So is
rate?
it this year? Yeah.
Could have been, they may have reworked it this spring. That's a likely possibility,
Yeah, it seemed like he was done fairly early, but
yeah.
I guess I don't know for sure.
Well, it's like you said, they reworked it.
I can believe that. He reworked everything except where it was too wet in the crippled area. All right. So yeah, we're recommending acceptance. I think it says 30 days after this, before you can pay.
Yeah, I can't pay that finally until 30 days after
They
today.
approve it now, didn't pay in 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then I know I talked to Rick about like the mitigation. I feel like the landowners need to have an end date where they're gonna decide, are they mitigating or are they not farming it, whatever. To close up the file, the project, we need to know what they're gonna do. So they might not wanna farm it and then they're good, and that's fine, but I need to know that so we know that some mitigation cost isn't gonna come up someday. I want this to just be done. Do you guys is that okay?
What does
To
the
do
law
that.
say?
doesn't really say anything about timing. I think it's good to have a cutoff date, it just kind of forces the hand. We're dealing in one in Palo Alto County now, and when people were aware they were finally gonna get a bill on the mitigation, they found all kinds of old tile maps. And NRCS reevaluated everything and gave them a break, so, it's good to have a date to cut it off. Just
so we can close this and everything's paid and no one has to worry about any more costs.
no harm to the district if it doesn't happen, but the landowners can lose out on any farm programs they're involved in. So there's incentive for the landowner to do it.
Well, that's something that's not really on our agenda today.
No, just something to bring up with it, same project, so.
Well, since it's a public hearing, you got any comments, Doc? Do you have any comments for the public hearing?
Just wondering if you have any sheets made up what the
Cost?
cost is gonna be.
Not quite this second, but I'm close. So I can get with you after this and I can get your phone number and I can call you when I do.
All right.
Is there anybody on the phone?
Beth's on the phone, but, anybody else have any comments on the public hearing for DD 11 main tile? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing for DD 11 main tile.
I'll second that.
A motion from Derby and a second from Smith to close the public hearing for DD 11 main tile. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Consider for approval final payment to DD Farm Drainage for DD 11 main tile improvement project for $104,351.58. I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
And a motion from Derby and a second from Smith to approve final payment to B&B Farm Drainage on DD 11 main tile. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Do a quick auditor drainage matters.
I don't have anything that's not on here.
Anybody else have anything for drainage? Okay. Where are we at on the bottom of DD 11?
We've heard back from the Corps, we've got information. I have a note to myself to talk to you about when we should get together and go over that. It's ending up that the costs are very, very high because of some of the reporting they need to go with that. What I should do is get on the agenda and get that to you so you know what's going on with that. But it's looking like it's going to be very difficult and very spendy, mostly spendy. So I need to get you that information.
Any work-wise or
Yeah.
engineering-wise?
Well, there's one report they need that just one or two companies specialize in those reports, so that's spendy. And then the construction itself won't be as bad as the permitting and the this other report. So I'll get a summary put together and get on the agenda so we can go over that.
So the costs are in the core, or the costs are in the engineering, or?
Engineering mostly, and it's not something we do. There's a mitigation bank people that specialize in this kind of reporting, and that's where we got an estimate of cost.
Okay.
The work itself won't be that bad.
I always love it when it's that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And then, if there's nothing else for drainage, we'll finish up with the discussion of possible action regarding Doug Harmon's request to cancel his petition to add private tile to DD 18 Lat 11. What did you find out?
Doug would like to cancel his request to cancel.
So he wants to bring the tile into the district.
After we found out all the engineering has basically been done.
Yeah, we had a long discussion, so.
Okay.
So, no action required then? 'Cause-
Well,
because there's a petition to add the private tile into the DD 11.
Right, and that's what we're doing.
Because we've already added.
We added it, and we didn't subtract it yet, because that's what we're still doing. So it's still added.
Yep.
So I do need to have the contractor rebuild the district for that portion that I had told him not to.
Okay.
And then we'll have the engineer rework lat 11 to have the old, the new, and classification, and then that should be it,
Yes.
right? Okay,
I think so.
okay. Sounds good.
So, as I said, no action needed. All right.
Okay, thank you.
So right now, what time is it? Time. We're gonna go back to 9:15 with Beth Bayou. I guess she's on the phone. I didn't realize she was on the phone. She wants to discuss the LEC building options and funding. Morning, Beth.
Hi, Terry. Hello, Supervisors.
For the road.
Um, I'm sorry I'm not able to be there in person this morning. It's a multiple project day. Kristen is also on the phone, and we thought it'd be good if she gives you an update on where we are with the funding, and then I'll talk to you about some things that we need for our next application.
Good morning, and thank you
Kristen?
for the time. Yep, this is Kristen Fish-Peterson from Redevelopment Resources. Thank you for your time today. An update on where we're at with the development. We've had a successful application for a catalyst grant. We were notified on June 14th from the state of Iowa that we received $100,000 towards this redevelopment from the state in the form of a catalyst grant, and we're very grateful for that. We do intend to reapply for the workforce housing tax credits, and that deadline is July 19th. So I think we want to freshen up, and Beth will probably get into this, freshen up, our conversation with you about that. We also would like to apply for Brownfield Tax Credits because of the mold that's in the building, and that might help us with considering whether we keep the addition on or not. We've been working with Henkel Construction. They have been there to assess some of the situation with water leaking into the building, and I think they plugged the hole now, so no more water is leaking in, which is a good thing. And if the tax credit application is successful, we should be ready to start construction in October or November. We're also waiting for updated estimates from Henkel because it's been a year since we had our construction estimates, and the price of lumber has gone up and it's coming down, but we don't need a lot of lumber comparatively compared to a new project, but we just want to make sure we're still on track with our budget under a fresh quote for that redevelopment activity. We're still excited about the project and really looking forward to and hopeful for these tax credits. Beth, did I cover everything?
Yep, I think that's everything we need to update. That's all our good news. We don't have any bad news. I will tell you that for our workforce housing tax credit application, we just need an updated option agreement. We need to show that Kristen has the authority to buy the building under what conditions. And I thought rather than reinventing the wheel, if you would authorize us to work with the county attorney to just take that, update it to a current date so that when we reply, it'll be available within 90 days. And if you wanted to authorize anything, that if we had a miracle and could take out that tower, that we could.
I don't think that's an option. Not at this point.
Okay. Otherwise, Terry, I'm not sure what you need. If you need a motion to authorize us to work with the county attorney or not.
I think it'd be best to have it that way. What's your
Okay.
thoughts? Are you guys okay with updating the agreement with them?
It's just the date, correct?
Right.
Yeah, so
We're just adjusting the date, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that would change. You're
Right.
still selling the building for $1. There's still the $80,000, which would have been demolition cost. Kristen, do you think of anything else?
No, I think it's probably just important for our tax credit application to have this be a current document. So, and we originally applied last year under a current document. So I think we just want it to be refreshed so it's current. I think originally too, our deadline was the end of the year of 2021. So, you know, as long as we're underway with that construction before December 31st, I think we're still within the agreement.
Well, if you guys are okay with that, I'll make a motion to update the agreement with Kristen Peterson on the purchase of the option to purchase the LEC Irish Hospital building, and let Beth work with the county attorney to do that.
I'll second that.
A motion from Derby and a second from Smith to update the agreement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Anything else?
No, thank you very much. We'll come back with more information as we proceed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you much.
Okay, let's see, what do we got done, what don't we get done? I think we're up to 16. Consider for approval 28E agreement for sharing of mental health advocate costs.
Kelsey tried to, she updated the 28E and sent it to Melissa, but she hasn't heard anything back from Melissa. So she requested that this be tabled again.
All right.
Why she wouldn't heard anything back, 'cause I think there's, it's a little time sensitive on approving this. I think it needs to be approved before.
Before the first of the year.
But the rest of the counties have all approved it already.
Kelsey just said that like, there's requirements for language in the 28E agreements, and the 28E does not have that, and so it needs to be in there.
If she says it needs to be in there, I'm just surprised it hasn't been resolved yet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll table that then.
You gonna give her a call after the meeting then?
I can't, yes.
See if you can find out what's going on.
Now it's gonna be too late for her to get it back to Kelsey for review anyway, so.
Yeah. 17, consider for approval county claims. Everybody look through them? Yeah, the one person that asked me about crop damage didn't put in his,
Oh,
what Michael says.
what'd you tell me?
I told him to put them in 2 months ago. Can't do anything other than that. So I'm guessing we'll have time to go out to the jail first, and come back and talk about IT.
Sounds good.
I'll make a motion to approve the semi-monthly county claims.
I'll second that.
On a motion from Jen Swope, a second from Smith to approve the county claims. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Since number 18 is at 11 o'clock, we'll skip down to number 20, and we will take this meeting out to the jail facility.
Open forum.
Oh, did you
What
miss-
specifically is the sharing of a individual with public health for the
The mental health advocate.
Yeah, what's going on with that, just out of curiosity?
Basically, all it is our mental health advocate has been shared between Worth and Hancock and Winnebago for years. And Beans, Hancock decided to go with CICS, I think it is. They're in a different region, and it's just a contract between them and us in Northwest Iowa, Care Connections in Northern Iowa. So they have a mechanism to pay, and they're gonna do it on a per capita basis as far as, you know, each county's percentage of that person's salary. Road salary, I should say that person. But,
So whatever she does, she's going to get paid for it
yeah,
by
and
percentage for the county.
we've been doing it already, but I think they just wanted a 28E now. I suppose we had one before with County Social Services, and now we have a new one now that they're gonna move, so.
And this would be Sandy?
No, Ruth.
Ruth?
Yeah, so I get those two jobs turned around in the descriptions.
Amazing.
Or Sandy's,
Social services.
yeah, Ruth is the mental health advocate, yeah. So, I'm doubting myself here.
What's the last name, Ruth?
Melby?
Melby?
MELBY.
Be sure to spell it.
If I remember right, doesn't she have a husband that's very talented on the guitar?
Yeah, he's in a band.
Yeah, he's been at the fair
Yeah.
fundraising.
Did he work for Waldorf? Did he work for Waldorf or did she?
Winnebago. She worked for Waldorf for a while.
She did, yeah.
Okay. No, that's-
Well, I guess we'll take this show on the road.
Okay.